They say never try this at home. So of course, I'm trying this at home. You've probably seen people pouring molten metal into Orbeez to make sculptures. Well, I don't play with fire, but I do play with resin. And I've had this idea in my head for months now, but I just couldn't find the right kind of resin for this until I finally reached out to Eli-Chem. So today, in this video, we are gonna find out together what happens when you pour resin into a giant tub of Orbeez. No one asked for it, but we're doing it anyway. Okay, so first things first, we need our Orbeez. Now I got this giant 50,000 beads pack from Amazon. We're not going to use all of those. And I have this tub. According to my calculations, because I did some math, I'm going to fill this up to about with 7 to 8 liters of water. So here we go, filling this tub with water, and it looks pretty ordinary right now, but in a few hours it's going to be a full-blown rainbow explosion once the Orbeez start to swell up. I couldn't decide if I should do like 7 liters or 8 liters, so I've done 7.5. Now we are going to pour in these beads. Here goes. About that much. And we wait. Smooth, round, colourful. Orbeez quietly rising in the water. A rainbow unfolding right before your eyes.
What is she talking about?
Okay, I was trying a bit of an ASMR moment, but honestly, my voice is not built for this. I should probably stick with resin. Here, a bit of ASMR. Okay, so our Orbeez are nice and plump now, and I couldn't resist having a little play with them because obviously it was super satisfying. But we can finally now move on to the resin. And as I mentioned earlier, I reached out to Eli-Chem for their fast curing resins, and I've got 2 versions here, fast cast and the Rapido, which apparently cures faster than the fast cast. So I do not know what's going to work. I do not know if any is going to work because, guys, resin isn't usually designed to be poured in a giant tub of Orbeez.
You think?
So we are going full mad scientist mode. I think I'm going to start with the fast cast first. I'm going to mask up. Let's do this. The fast cast resin is mixed by volume, so I'm only making a tiny amount here. I'm adding some gold pigment paste, and if you notice that the hardener looks amber in color, don't panic. That is how it's supposed to be, and it changes color once it starts to heat up, so not to worry. Now, the moment of truth. We are pouring a resin into Orbeez. No, it's not weird at all, and we're gonna pretend that it is the most regular thing in the world.
Strangely, that's the most normal thing that's happened this afternoon.
Okay, so it's been exactly 10 minutes. It's the moment of truth. I'm gonna dip my hand in and see if I can fish out some resin. Okay, something is solid. It's a solid block. I have a resin ball, you guys. That is so cool looking. Imagine once the Orbeez are off. I mean, that looks like coral. It's working, you guys. I'm gonna try and get these Orbeez off. Okay, these are going everywhere. So what I might do is leave these to sort of sit, and eventually they're gonna dehydrate and fall off. So I wanna move on to making more of these because, guys, it's working. Oh my God, this is working. Let's do more with the Rapido resin and see how that goes. So the Rapido resin is measured by weight, which means I'm once again mixing up a tiny amount, and this time I'm adding some gold mica powder. I should have probably read the instructions on these resins to check what colorants actually work best with them, but I obviously didn't. So we are basically experimenting at its finest. As I mentioned earlier, this resin is meant to set up a lot quicker quicker, even quicker than the fast cast, and I swear I can already hear it expanding.
A few moments later.
Okay, it's been a couple of minutes. The bubbling has stopped. I think I'm ready to go in. Again, I have something that I can grab onto. Oh my goodness, wow, this one is big. This one is massive, you guys. I think I'm crushing the resin as I'm pulling this out, so I'm not going to handle it too much. I'm going to leave this to the side and let these kind of fall off, but I'm going to continue to make some more because I'm having so much fun. Next, I'm mixing up a blue version, and while I do that, I just want to take a moment and thank Lauren Castellon. Thank you so much, Lauren, for liking, commenting, and watching. Your support means the world, and it lets me bring you more of these experiments. So thank you ever so much. And because these were giving me coral vibes, I of course had to do a coral colored one. And while I'm working on these, it's time for Sky's cameo, because let's face it, no video of mine is complete without him. And he wants to remind you to like, comment, sub, and he is extra thankful for all the treats you guys keep sending him in the comments. If you're wondering, I've been placing all of these outside to get them to eventually dry and fall out, but I was on a roll here, so I had to keep going. And I thought, what happens if we pour resin into Orbeez but inside a foam shape? So up until now, I've just been pouring it like sort of free-handed, and I wanted to see what happens when you actually pour them in a form. I grabbed this Pringles tin, and before you think I eat tons of Pringles, I don't. I just save these because they come in so handy. Again, we're going to pour our resin in and see what we end up with. Okay, so time to see what we've got. And the good thing about using this tin is that you can just literally rip it open, and this is what it's looking like. I mean, it's interesting, but I'm not sure about this one because I like the top, but I don't like the holes on the side. But of course, you guys need to let me know in the comments what more wild experiments I can do with Orbeez and resin, because you know that I'm going to do them. Now, for this one, I wanted to kind of see if I can make a shape as I pour these. So I'm going in a triangular fashion. It actually came out the shape I poured it. It is that triangular form, which was pretty fun. Now, if you're wondering what I'm going to do with all of these, I decided to turn them into an underwater style sculpture. So I poured a block of resin with some shells and sand, and it is finally time for a reveal. This is how they turned out. I mean, I love these so much. I think they're so interesting. I obviously used some resin to stick these on the block. I feel like there's something different, and I just love the vibes. I love everything seascape and ocean. So these are really something that I'm impressed with, and I love how these have turned out. So now for the rest of them, we have obviously made a resin broccoli with this one. I mean, it is totally giving broccoli. This one ended up like a ball. This was probably our first one, and like I said, the Orbeez are literally still dehydrating and falling out. It takes days. Here's this blue one that we made. I really like that. And finally, this is our Pringles version, and like I said, I've got mixed feelings about this. Thank you, Eli-Chem, for supporting my mad idea. And if you guys have any more comments how to take this resin and Orbeez further, leave me a comment and let me know, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye. They say never try this at home, so sorry. Okay, again. If you've enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks you will like these too, so go check them out.